Dear friends, congregational family, community, Rabbi Steve Texon of the Cuban Hebrew congregation. This Shabbat, Shabbat Shira, Shabbat Beshalach, the Shabbat of our ultimate redemption and salvation and deliverance from the pursuing army of the Pharaoh, the army of Egypt, which pursued us after freeing us from Egypt. The Pharaoh realized he made a mistake. He was locked into the ideology of having slaves in his society. Slavery was in his blood. He was locked into his ideology even during the 10 plagues, when he reneged several times. But then, until finally the plague of the firstborn broke him. When he realized from his counselors that they made, all of them, a big mistake, and the Jews may be laughing in the desert. If you remember that line in the motion picture where the wife of the Pharaoh and says, "Do you hear laughter?" It's not the cries of slaves in the desert, but the laughter of the slaves now that they have been liberated. This instigated the pursuit. And Pharaoh replied, "I will turn the laughter of these slaves into wails of torment. Commander of the host, my chariots will pursue them. Will pursue them in the desert." And he found out that they were encamped by the sea. Word got to the Pharaoh, and he believed that they were lost, that the Jews were trapped against the sea, and this was an opportunity to pursue them and to kill them all. Not even bring them back, kill them. But he wanted to bring Moshe Rabbeinu back alive. And God wanted them to be encamped by the sea, in that central location, so the whole world would witness the splitting of the sea and God's deliverance of the people, and God's glory manifest to the entire world, not only Egypt and the Jewish people, but to all of civilization, to witness God's glory. The people cried before the sea was split. They knew they were trapped, and they complained to Moses and to Aaron and to God. And our sages say, who are the complaints directed at? Because it's in the plural. Have you taken us out of Egypt to die here? Were there not enough graves in Egypt that you took us to die here at the foot of the Red Sea? Cried to God, and God said, "What are you crying about? Why are you complaining again? Move forward, and you will see the salvation. Take the first step yourselves. Have faith." And when a few of them jumped into the water in desperation, mainly Nachshon ben Aminadav is singled out as having great faith, then the waters split. And Moses stretched out his staff and split the waters. God said to Moses, "Don't rely on miracles. You initiate it. Show the faith that I have demonstrated to you, to the patriarchs, and even in Egypt with the 10 plagues, and bringing you out of Egypt to this moment. Where is your faith?" Then the sea split. the Jewish people was locked into a slave mentality. They could not believe ultimate salvation, even though they saw the 10 plagues. And they were spared in the land of Goshen. But to Moses, move forward. Adelante, avanti. Forward. Do not be stuck and paralyzed in your slave mentality. Familiar with the phrase, "What have you done for me lately?" I hate that phrase, but this is exactly what was happening here. And our rabbis and sages throughout history have written about human nature. It is human nature. What have you done for us lately? What have you done for me lately? However, the miracle now. And the cries of fear were turned into beautiful song. After the sea was split and our people witnessed the drowning of our enemies, we sang, Az Yashir Moshe Uvnei Yisrael et Hashira Hazot. In the future tense, we not only sang then, we sing today. And we will sing the song of triumph and salvation forever. And our faith must be the bedrock of our existence and our eternity. The eternity of Israel is not a lie. Netzach Yisrael lo yishaker. And the women sang their own song, led by Miriam. The beauty of the women's participation and their tremendous role in Jewish society and Jewish life. So we were complainers. It's in our nature. After the Song of the Sea, the grumblings and the complaints began again. No food. No water. And if water, the waters were bitter. And God instructed Moses how to sweeten the waters. Make them sweet, taking a branch and throwing it in the water to sweeten it. What is the branch? The eitz, the tree, the eitz chaim, the Torah, the tree of life. Cling to the Torah and your water will be sweet. And your lives will be sweet. And you will travel paths of pleasantness. Darchei Noam. The manna in the morning and the quail in the evening. The bread which was like honey wafers, the manna. And the quail, the substitute for meat at night. Us all from generation to generation. And we say at the Seder table, it is as if we personally were redeemed. So today, as I make this video, it is Tu B'Shvat, following on the heels of Holocaust Memorial Day. The tree of life, eitz, root of etzem, essence of life. The root of the word atzamot, bones, our bones, is eitz, eitz chaim. And as Ezekiel prophesied in the valley of the dry bones, God will resurrect the dead, but spiritually, in Olam Haba. And we must be united in our faith. No stragglers. Do you know that the rabbis debated what percentage of the Jewish people even wanted to leave Egypt? They were comfortable with 3 squares and a roof. rather than face the uncertainty of moving forward. Avanti. Move forward with faith. And let us all, in our own society, in our own day, unite in our faith to reach the same goal of liberty and freedom and justice under God for all humanity. And let us sing the song of triumph forever. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.